Hey everyone, this is Matthew Thrush, best-selling author of over 50 books, as well as the co-founder of Six-Figure Ghostwriter. And if you've been watching this video series, then you're familiar with what we're teaching you. So this whole video series is about teaching you another way, a better way to earn six figures with your writing outside of self-publishing and traditional publishing routes. So the last video was all about the benefits of ghostwriting, which is the weird method that I use to not only pay for my own publishing costs and expenses, as well as allowed me to scale to six figures in less than 4 months. And in the video before that, we talked about the pros and cons and the odds of making six figures with self-publishing and traditional publishing. In this video, we're going to talk about the odds of actually earning six figures with ghostwriting. And like I told you in the last video, you'll be really surprised at how simple it really is to actually earn six figures with ghostwriting. So there are 3 things, though, that you need to know before you can actually decide, well, is ghostwriting a viable option for you and what the odds are. You can't really know the odds without these 3 things. So those 3 things are this. You have to know how many words per month that you need to write to earn six figures. So to go along with that, you need to know how many words you can write per month. So if you're not doing a daily writing routine right now and you don't know how many words you write per day or per month, that's something you're going to have to start right off the bat. And I would say write at least 1,500 words per day. Okay? That's a good starting point. Number 2. You have to know how many books per month you have to write. One way to know that is by knowing how many words you can write per day and per month. Then you know what your starting point is. And number 3, you have to know what your per word rate is. Okay, so if you have all 3 of those, then you know what your baseline is. Your baseline is basically this. What do you have to charge? I'll start over. How many words do you have to write per month? How many books do you need to write per month, and then how much you need to charge for those in order to be able to cover all your monthly expenses as well as any surplus that you want to achieve. So for me, my monthly expenses were roughly $5,000. I wanted to earn a minimum of $10,000 per month. So that was my goal, all right? So I used these 3 things. All right, how many words do I need to write? How many books do I need to write per month? And what do I need to charge in order to make that $10,000 per month goal, all right? So right now, I'm going to break down on what that looks like. So let's pretend that we write 5,000 words a day, because that's what I was doing. So that means I'm putting out roughly 160,000 words per month. All right, so per month. So now I know, okay, that's our starting point. Now we know the first thing. How many words per month? 160,000 words. That's what I was putting out. So that was my baseline. So that's the number I use. All right, so that's what I'm going to use for the example. Now, next thing. How many books per month do I need to write? All right, and one way to kind of break down into 2 options. So 160K, that could either be 1 book, so it'll probably be an epic fantasy of some sort, or you could break that down into 2 books or even potentially 3 books. So let's pretend it was 2 books, okay? Now that means we got 2 books at 80,000 words each, okay? So that's a good baseline. Now we got to figure out, what do we need to charge in order to reach your goal? So my monthly goal was 10,000, right? So 10,000 monthly goal, all right? So in order to figure out that, obviously, we basically then take, all right, well, how many words are we doing? So 160,000, and divide that into this, and it gives you the per word rate that you need to do. So for that, it's roughly 5 cents a word, all right? I say roughly in terms of 10,000 because it's actually 9,600, I believe, if I remember the math correctly. So let's recap, all right? You have to know how many words per month you have to write in order to figure this out, how many books per month you need to write, and then what your per word rate is. In order to figure out those 3 things, you have to know how many words you write daily and monthly so that you have your baseline. Remember, this was my baseline, so I knew that's my general output that I do without burnout. I do that already. And I broke it down and said, okay, let's just say it was 2 books, all right? It could be 3 books. Either way, it's going to be roughly the same anyway because it's still the same word count. However, this could be the same client. This could be 2 different clients. If I broke this down into 3 books, then that could be 3 different clients, you know? So And each one of those you could charge a different per word rate. Some of them can maybe charge more, maybe you could charge less. And obviously, the more clients you do, if you're charging less than that rate, the 5 cents per word, then you're going to have more clients, okay? But the higher you charge, the easier it is to get things. So as you can see, the odds are really, really simple. But this was 5 cents a word. So you might be thinking, well, 5 cents a word is really safe. It's really high. No one's going to pay that. No one's even paying, more than 2 cents a word. That's crazy. All right, well, let's see what the odds are with 2 cents a word then. Actually, 2 cents a word is pretty doable. Let's go ahead and round it up to 3 cents a word, okay? So let's go right in the middle, 3 cents a word. What is 3 cents a word? What are the odds with that, okay? So we're going to use the same number, $160,000, break it down into 2 books. We're going to change this to 3 cents. All right? Now, do the math here real quick. Looks like it's going to be about $4,800, I think. So, remember, my monthly goal was minimum $5,000 to cover all my expenses, but I wanted $10,000. So, if I charge 3 cents a word, I'm not going to reach my $10,000 per month goal. However, it still gives me $4,800. $5,000 is a lot of money, and I don't know about you, but $1,000 would have changed my life and did when I first started this only a few years ago. So $1,000 is awesome, but as you can see, a very, very mediocre conservative rate per word rate gives you a lot of money. So $5,000 might be more than enough than you need to pay all your expenses and maybe have a surplus, and maybe more than enough for you to be able to pay all your expenses, have surplus, and pay for your publishing, things of that nature. And just imagine if you wrote more than that, or maybe you charged more than that. That's a very conservative number. So those are the odds. That just tells you right there that even if I charge 3 cents a word, I can already make roughly $5,000 per month with 1 or 2 books. 1 or 2 books is significantly easier than the 48,000 copies that we would have had to sell that I told you in the earlier videos if we were selling our own books. And if we were traditionally published, we'd have to sell even more than 48,000 copies to earn 6 figures. So with this only means, so if I stuck with this, then I'm going to have to sell, I'll have to write basically, probably 48 books for the year kind of deal if I did this to earn $100,000. Now at my 5 cents a word rate, then I was earning $9,600, so let's just say $10,000, and I'm already basically there, and I basically only have to write 1 or 2 books per month, so that's between 12 and 24 books for the entire year. That's significantly easier and way less than your own books, selling thousands of copies. This is roughly 20 books or less that you have to do depending on how many words you write and what you charge per word. And as you get better and as you build your credibility and your platform as a ghostwriter, you can charge even more than 5 cents a word. So I started off at 4 cents a word, okay? And then that was for my first project. And then right after that, I raised it up to 5 cents a word. And then I got a 5-book deal at 5 cents a word. So that was really awesome. And then after that, it just kept scaling up. So now I charge between 15 and 25 cents per word for all clients, fiction and nonfiction. And a lot of times nonfiction, I'll charge even more. It'll be like a per project thing. Then you can start going into per project rates to where it's even higher than the per word rate because you've already established the value. You can do it. They trust you. They know you're writing these bestsellers and they want you to do it. And so just think, this is conservative right here. That's very, very doable right now. I started above that and quickly excelled. A lot of people are doing it. So those are the odds with ghostwriting and how quickly you can actually scale to 6 figures with minimal work, basically. If you're already writing 1 book a month, you're good to go. If you're writing more than 1 book a month, you're really good to go. All you got to do is have someone pay you for it. And so that's what the next video is going to be about. The next video is all about how to find clients who are going to pay you what you're worth. And what I mean by what you're worth is what you want to earn. So for me, I wanted to earn $10,000 per month. Maybe you want to earn more. Maybe you want to earn the same amount. Maybe you only want to earn an extra $1,000. Whatever you want to earn, that is your worth, okay? So in the next video, I'm going to teach you about how you find clients who are actually going to pay you what you want to earn and be glad to pay you that amount. So if you like this video, make sure you click the like button and share this with any of your other friends that maybe aren't aware of these video series, or that you want to kind of encourage, hey, come check these videos out. These are really helpful. There's another way that you can earn 6 figures with your writing that's super simple and available to everybody immediately. It's a really big untapped market right now. And then make sure you click the link below if you haven't already, so that you don't miss out on the future videos that are coming out to show you the next steps. So the next video, as a reminder, is all going to be about how to find clients who are going to pay you 3 cents a word, 4 cents a word, 5 cents a word, 25 cents a word, things of that nature, so you can earn $2, $5, $10, $20, $50,000 per month if you want to, and then be happy to pay you that. Okay, so keep an eye out for the next video, and thank you for joining me.